Hello and welcome in. This is Craig back from StopDrinkingExpert.com. Monday morning, and another week is underway. And today I want to tell you not to ignore this point. Today I want to give you a clear sign that it's time to stop drinking. And I want to share with you one of the stupidest things I've ever done when it came to controlling my alcohol. Lots of people have asked me to tell this story. I've avoided it because it's embarrassing, but today I will share it with you. Stay with me.
Discover the world's most successful and respected online quit drinking program today.
It gives you real mental freedom from the clutches of alcohol.
Craig Beck helps you understand what alcohol does to you, how it works.
Are you finally ready to take action? Your sober journey begins 11 a.m. Sunday. Reserve your space at my next free quit drinking webinar.
Okay. So if you missed last Sunday's webinar, there is another one coming this week. Don't miss it. I think something like 50% of the people who booked a space on the webinar failed to show up. That's pretty standard, but it's pretty depressing. Don't miss this opportunity. Problems with alcohol only ever get worse. It is the nature of the drug. The spiral is downward, not up. So don't ignore this. What is this? This is the sign that you've crossed the event horizon. There's no going back from this point. There's no way back to social drinker from this point on. And that point is when you start making rules around your drinking. You've started to try and arm wrestle control of alcohol back from the evil clown. And at this point, you still think you have a chance. And so you say things to yourself like, I'm only going to drink wine, never spirits. Or I'm only going to drink beer, never wine. Or I'm only going to drink every other day. Or only at the weekend, never during the week. Only on special occasions, right? And it sounds like it would work. It sounds logical. It sounds like it makes sense, right? It never works. Never, ever works. Why? Because you don't appreciate it in that moment. When you say to yourself, when you wake up and you're feeling terrible and you say, that's it. I'm not drinking Monday to Friday anymore. I'm just going to drink at the weekend. You think you're in control of this. You're not. Not anymore. You were 10 years ago, but not now. Saying that is pointless. In the same way that I can sit here now and say that within a month, I'm going to be an astronaut. It doesn't matter how much I believe it. It's not going to happen, is it? It's not realistic. And those statements of I'm only going to drink on special occasions are not realistic anymore because this guy is in charge now. And most people go through this, when they get worried about their drinking, they try and get back in control by creating silly rules to try and enforce it. They don't work. And here is the stupidest thing I ever did. Just to prove to you and to make you feel better about yourself, no matter what you have tried to control your drinking, I bet I can beat you. And when I say beat you, I mean this is a competition as to who can be the most stupid. So it's not a competition you want to win, right? So here's what I did. I didn't want to quit drinking in the early days. I wanted to moderate my drinking, right? I wanted to be able to have just one drink. I was sick of promising myself just one drink and then having 10. I knew it was possible because I'd seen other people do it. I'd been round to friends' houses and I'd watched them in awe as they take a bottle of wine out the refrigerator, pour one glass, drink it slowly. I mean, annoyingly slowly. And then they would take that 2/3 full bottle of wine and put it back in the refrigerator and close the refrigerator door. I was like, what? How'd you do that? Is that black magic or something? So I knew it could be done. So that was my goal. And I came across a genius idea. I thought, I'm going to buy a time-delayed safe. And I'm going to put all my alcohol in the time-delayed safe that will only open for 1 hour a day. And then it will seal closed. I thought, I'm a genius. By the way, this wasn't my first attempt at this strategy. The first attempt was to put all the alcohol in a cabinet in the house and lock the door and give the key to my wife. And I gave my wife strict instructions. I said, let me only have one drink and then lock it up again. And then one night she went out and took the key with her. And I was so angry because I hadn't even had one drink. I felt so cheated. I got a crowbar and broke the back of the cabinet off. I mean, if you want any sign that you've got a drinking problem, isn't that it? So this time I thought I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to buy a bank standard time delay safe. I think it was £1,000, 1,000 UK pounds. And it was huge. It arrived on the back of a flatbed truck and they kind of craned it into my house. They must have thought I was a millionaire. You know, I had gold bars to put it in and stuff like that. And I set it to open at 6 p.m. every day. And I think it opened for like 15 minutes, something like that. And it worked. It worked like a treat. It was amazing. I was coming home from work, and as I got home from work, the safe was beeping, beep, 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 saying it was available to be opened. I'd type in the code, and I'd turn the dial, turn the wheel. I'd get out my whiskey. I'd pour a glass of whiskey. I'd put the bottle back in the safe, and I'd close it. And by the time I finished that first whiskey, the safe would have sealed itself again. Now, of course, sometimes I went just to check to see if I could, open it, but it was always locked. And I was angry and happy at the same time. I thought, I've done it. I've done it. For about 2 weeks, I was having one drink of alcohol a night. My entrepreneur brain was going into overdrive. I was thinking, I'm going to market this. I'm going to sell this. This is going to be the drinker's safe. And then one night at work, 5:30, I was leaving my office. And on the way out, the managing director called me into his office. He said, Craig, have you got a minute? I went, literally a minute. And I went in and he started talking and he started telling me about this project he wanted me to work on and how important it was and how he felt I was the best man for the job and blah, 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 blah. And I was going, yeah, I agree. I'll do it. I don't care what it is. I'll do it. Stop talking. I'll do it. 5 to 6, he finally said, okay, have a good evening. See you tomorrow. I'm like, shit. Well, maybe if there's no traffic, I can get there just before the safe locks at 6:15. I left the building. The roads were jammed. I got home at 6:25, something like that. Went to the safe. Tried the door. It was closed. My kids were like, Daddy, look at the painting we drew. I'm like, not now. I was so angry. I was so furious. It felt so unfair because that wasn't my fault, I felt like I was being cheated out of the best moment of my day. I thought, I'm not taking this. So I picked up my car keys. I got in my car and I drove to the store and bought a bottle of whiskey. And in that moment, that £1,000 time delay safe became a very heavy piece of garbage, a complete waste of time. Because you see, my plan was a good one, but only if all the alcohol in the world was in my safe. And of course it's not, is it? So I don't care what you've done to try and control your drinking. I bet it's not as stupid as what I did. Tell me what you did in the comments, please. I would love to hear your stories. But the one thing I know for certain is it didn't work. None of the things I did worked because they're all destined to fail from the outset. They all involve you putting the weakest part of your mind into civil war against the strongest part of your mind. You do not have a hope in hell of succeeding. And that is why my course works so well. I explain that. I take you through the process. And if you want to know more about how that process works, make sure you turn up for Sunday's free Quit Drinking webinar. All right. Thanks a lot for watching and have a good Monday. I will see you in the next video.